Good morning. It's 6 a.m. here, and we're still alive. And the reason I say this is that it's been kind of nerve-wracking that the past months, so many people, including pastors, have said that the rapture will happen between the 23rd and 24th, Feast of Trumpets. And many people, including pastors, went so far as to say that this is it. This is it. They sold their things. I saw videos of this, of people selling their things and crying and screaming and saying how sad they are because they're leaving everything behind and they're returning to God. I'm sure that my Christian friends know what I'm talking about. And the reason I'm posting this morning is because God took over my life in 2020 when I got COVID. And like I've always said and talked about and written about non-stop, is how He has given me such an intense knowledge and schooling, learning would be the right word, non-stop since then. It just never stopped. And a lot of times I felt like, how can I do all this? How can I understand all this? But I live alone. I was sick most of the time. And I just let God do what God does. Only the past few weeks has He completely pulled back out of my life in regards to visions or talking and words. And I haven't understood really why, but I know from experience from a lot of Christians that these are seasons that we go to. Like it is written in the Bible, there is a season for everything, a time to plant and a time to harvest. And it's such a beautiful, long poem in the Bible. But what I wanted to say this morning is, since the very beginning, God showed me the event of things that would take place before His coming. And I would say that 90% of the people or the preachers out there are not teaching this. And it's very concerning to me because I never went to a church because I live in a foreign country. I don't speak the language. I don't intend to speak the language because I don't see myself staying here as far as what God has shown me. And I never wanted to go to a church here for some reason, because not only the language, I felt like God was teaching me everything which He wants me to know. And the things God has shown me, the way things will happen and the things that have to happen, were not happening when all these people, and especially preachers, were saying, this is the rapture. It is now. It has come. And in my mind, it did not correspond at all with what God had taught and shown me. And I will go back to the 10 Commandments. And the fourth was being, remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. Because I always said, without even knowing all of this, like most of you do, that God told me at the end of time it's going to be coming down to a matter of worship. And it's not only worshiping Jesus, but when do I worship Jesus? Am I keeping the Sabbath holy? And the sad thing is that hardly anyone teaches about this at all. I'm not a denomination. I have said this so often. I did not know anything about these things before I got so sick. But for some reason, God put it in my heart to know these things. And I know that, well, some of you might know when I had my group, there have been some intense things God has shown me. Like He showed me the black circle around the earth. And I had no idea what this meant. And I went on to a research myself. And I found out that the Jesuits are the black circle around the earth, and that they rule the earth, and that they have taken over. And I did not know any of these things, but the more God showed me, the more I learned. And I'm making this message this morning because many of you are following a doctrine which is not biblical. And I don't mean this at all like to offend anyone, because you know me, I'm not like that. But this not rapture happening the 23rd or the 24th, the Feast of Trumpets, was so important for me myself, because it did not correspond at all with what God showed me about the end times and the importance of things which are to come. And there's never been anywhere in the Bible where it says we will be removed of difficulties. We will not walk through the fire. It doesn't say that. It always says that He will be with us. Just like with Noah. Noah and his family were brought into the ark, and they had to go through a flood. They had to go through horrible times. But Jesus, God was with them. God was with them in the ark. In the knowing that this is leading Jesus to the earth to save humanity. And we have to go through the difficulties which are coming into our generation. Not like there hasn't been enough difficulties, right? But it's going to get more intense and more intense and more intense. But you have to know that God, through Jesus Christ, is by your side, guiding you, instructing you, holding your hand, just like He has been mine. Since I've gotten so sick, there hasn't been one single day where I have not felt His presence or known that He is the one that allows me and my dogs to be alive, to eat, to drink, to experience happiness and peace. And it's so important that you really sincerely talk to God about the truth, because I know that most of you don't learn this in your churches. And this is going to be the difference at the end of time. I know this because God showed me. And that's all I can say, and that's all I can do. But because I love my brothers and sisters, it just touches me deeply. And commandment number 4 is going to be the thing which makes the difference. And I'm seeing it worldwide, unfolding right in front of my eyes. And that the rapture did not happen like so many prophesied and preached makes me extremely sad for them. That how easily, listen, how easily, when the disciples asked Jesus, how will we know of your second coming? And what did Jesus say? Be careful you are not deceived.